the more Seamers you encounter. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka That Villain J, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Because tonight we are running the new Titanfall. Oh my goodness. Can I say I'm so happy? Green is good again, man. I'm going to make a bold statement here and say green is good. The amount of power that you can get on the boards as quickly, as aggressively, and just force it through is genuinely incredible now that green is so good. We have an insane number of great landfall options and just pure stompy cards that double things, that triple things. So many good options for us that I'm ecstatic. This did great in early access, which you're going to see, and it does great in Mythic as well, which you're also going to see here. So before we get down to it, before we prepare for Titanfall, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously attack you and maul you for not liking the video and subscribing today. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for a live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person on Twitch or on YouTube. Hit the bell. You'll be notified when we go live on either one. Check out our Discord community for our latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, ask questions, anything at all. Our community is right there in Discord, and of course this deck and all the other ones that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this one, just check it out right down there and you will find it. If AetherHub is still down because it's been acting up, I'll put a different link in the description, but it'll be down there. So what are we talking about when we talk about the new Titanfall deck right here? All right, well, we have a couple of new cards. In the 1-drops, we're also going to have Little Baby Chicken. We have Little Baby Chickens here. 1 green, 0/2, Landfall. Whenever a land you enter controls, and put a 1/1 counter on it. You're familiar with this card. It's become a staple of Landfall Stompy decks. This is kind of our one-drop creature. A great 1-drop creature for us. It's going to be the standard. You're going to see kind of the outlines, the bones of the old kind of landfall-y type things, but we're going to get really crazy with it beyond that. So let's hold steady. Another card that we're putting in, a green robot, Edge Rover. 1 green, 2/2 robot. A 2/2 reach for 1 green is actually not terrible for a great early blocker. And when he dies, you get a lander. Lander is a new mechanic. It's a new card. Okay. It is a token artifact, and you sacrifice it. You pay 2, tap it, and sacrifice it. You search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. So basically, once this thing dies, either by blocking or attacking, whatever you want to do, you're going to get the ability to have basically a backup landfall ability right there. Which is really cool. The ability to crack and then hit landfall again, so you can double land in your turn. So we're going to do the Edge Rover. Meldstrider's Resolve is another great card right here, which I actually really like, which is 1 green, Enchantment Aura. Whenever this aura enters, enchanted creature fights up to 1 target creature opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets 0/2 and can't be blocked by more than 1. If they're trying to overblock you, it's very difficult. You get more power on this one. You get more toughness, and you can do the fight. So that's a fun one to do for removal. Here's another good one with Lander again. Sammy's Curiosity. Look at that. He's reaching out for the Crazy Stone. 1 green, 2. You gain 2 life, create a Lander token, and again, you can trigger landfall as many times as you want. So those are our 1-drops. There's a couple of new items there, especially like Edge Rover. I think it's very useful. What's up, Angel? Here we have kind of the classic cards. Here's not any really anything new. 3 Bristly Bills. As you know, there's a reason this guy's $50. 1 green and 1, 2/2, Landfall. Whenever another creature enters, you put a 1/1 on target creature. Plant Druid. Pretty much a solid staple standard of landfall decks right there. And of course, you can pay 2 green and 3 and double the amount of counters on everything. Here you have the Heirloom Heir. Herd Heirloom, which is going to be 1 green and 1. This is going to help you ramp. It's going to add 1 mana of any color, which is going to help you ramp a little bit. And the other thing that we want in this is until the end of turn, target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample, and whenever this creature deals damage, combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card. So if you have a big creature and they don't have trample, this really pushes them through and lets you draw a card to keep it flowing as we go. Of course, Tifa Lockhart. 1 green and 1/2 trample human monk landfall. Whenever land enters, you double her power. You want to see something really funny with this guy? You want to see something real silly? Remember how I said the word double? I always say the word double is always very dangerous in Magic. It's super powerful. There's another card that also has Tifa's ability. Whenever a land you control enters, double the power of target creature until the end of turn. You know what happens when you double a double? That's called an exponent. When you multiply a multiply, that's called an exponent. Things start getting really silly when you have Mightform Harmonizer and Tifa Lockhart out and you start playing multiple lands a turn, because it's not just double, it's double and then double it again. Okay? You can see how that's bad. There is really a lot of ways to just put a lot of damage downrange. We're going to talk about that. So those are our 2 drops. 3 drops, yeah, I throw the Mossberg Pump in there. If you don't want to, I've also, a not a bad one is going to be the Chocobo. The Landfall Chocobo, in case you just want to really focus on it and don't want to repeat yourself too much. You certainly could do something like the Traveling Chocobo if you wanted in there. That's perfectly fine as well for the 3 drop, because that lets you hit landfalls and it gets you double landfall triggers off. But I'm going to go with just a simple, the Mossborn Hydra. Enters with 1/1 counter, trample, so it comes in as a 1/1. Anytime you landfall, you double the number of 1/1 counters on it, which is really good, obviously. And then if you have Mightform Harmonizer, guess what you get to do? You get to double the double. There you go. Next, we have Bioengineered Future. This is a 2-drop enchantment. Whenever this enchantment enters, create a 1/1, create a lander token, so we can get landfall in. Each creature you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each land that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Very, very good to curve into Bioengineered Future. Curving into something like Tifa Lockhart or a Boroid is actually super powerful. I think only 2 of it, because I think it's an okay card. I don't think it's like a world breaker. Bioengineered Future is good, especially if you've hit a lot of landfall and then you put in something like Ouroboros or Tifa Lockhart and she comes in as like a 4/5. That way when she doubles, she goes up even higher. I think that is pretty good. But it is a fun one, and it does give you the extra landfall trigger on there with the lander ability. Let me tell you about the most broken new card in the set. I hesitate. Everyone always clickbaits with the word broken. Icestill Explorer is freaking busted. 2 green and 2/4 Insect Scout. You may play additional lands on your turn. You can play an additional land each turn. You may play lands from your graveyard. So not only can you play an extra land, you can join. You can play an extra land from your graveyard. Whenever you hit landfall, you mill a card, which means that you could probably end up with more land cards in your graveyard to replay. Let me tell you why this is completely broken. You combine Icestill Explorer with Fabled Passage or Terramorphic Expanse, you can hit landfall 4 times a turn. You play Icestill Explorer, you play Fabled Passage, sacrifice. Well, that's 1 landfall. Sacrifice it, it's a 2nd landfall. Play it again from your graveyard, 3rd landfall, and sacrifice it again, 4th landfall. Hit a lander, you want to hit a lander on that too, that's your 5th landfall. That means that you've double, etc. and so forth. Icestill Explorer is one of the most brutal engines that will get you out, that will hit landfall so severely. It's ridiculous how powerful he is. It is absurd. The amount of damage, I was getting my guys up to like 5,000. It was ridiculous at how cracked he was. Icestill Explorer is 100% worth. If you're going to go for landfall decks, if you're going to go for any kind of landfall or land-based decks, you are 100% not wrong for spending the rares on Icestill Explorer. Unbelievably cracked card. Mightform Harmonizer, not as much. Good, but not as broken as Icestill. We do have insects here. 2 green and 2/4 Insect Druid. Whenever the land you control enters, double the power. Again, combining Icestill with Mightform and doubling and then doubling and then doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling, you get the idea. He can warp in for 1 green and 2 in case you want to have that extra mana to do other things, crack a lander or play another spell and do that stuff. He can flash in to give his effect before using the warp on there. And of course, we're going to finish it off with the Ouroboros. 2 green and 2/1/3 At the beginning of combat and each turn, put a 1/1 counter on each of your creature's power you control, where X is this creature's power. So you can see how this can become a problem, how this can scale out of control. Because at the beginning of combat, you put X counters on people where X is this creature's power. Let's say that you've loaded a bunch of counters on here, and then you use Mightform Harmonizer to make its power double, 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 and then it's all of a sudden has 20 power. Then everything else gets plus 20, gets plus 20, and then you swing in. You can see how this can become a problem really quickly. Also, I really like that this guy is cracking open the ice to get these plants out, and this is what eventually happens. The plants take over the planet. So it's a little bit of fun storytelling right there. You can see these ribbon plants are exploding all over the place. It's what these bugs are doing. They're terraforming. So you get these Ouroboros out, it becomes an insane combination play. That is the new Landfall. It is probably just as aggressive and powerful as red. If you can't stop it by turn 3 or 4, you're pretty much cooked. 18 lands, 18 forests, 4 Fabled Passages, 2 Terramorphic Expanses right there for your sacrifice and replay. Fabled a little better than Terramorphic because it lets you not come in tapped on turn 4. We look at the stats right here. 27 creatures. Decent amount of insects, believe it or not, but everything from birds to worms. 2 sorceries, 6 artifacts, 4 enchantments, 24 lands with a 2.4 average, 24 lands on that. That is what we're looking right here. Prepare for Titanfall. As far as the sideboard is concerned, Biosynthetic Burst is a great way to put a 1/1 counter. It gives somebody trample and untap it. Great way to hit Protect. That's a new card. Order of Nylea is solid too. If they have a bunch of +1/+1 counters, you get to sacrifice it and then put 2 lands down. Shoe Puff, of course, these are all classic. Seed Ship Impact is not terrible. I really like Seed Ship Impact because you can destroy an artifact or an enchantment. If its mana value is 2 or less, create a lander token. Not a terrible one right there to crack open artifacts and enchantment. And of course, Springbloom Druid. That's another one that I wasn't 100% sure on because he's good, but honestly, between him and Icesteel Explorer, I think Icesteel is frankly better. Springbloom will let you sacrifice and then put 2 land cards down. Traveling Chocobo, we already talked about that you could possibly play more. You get double land triggers if any other thing goes on. If a land entering the battlefield hits double triggers, or if a bird happens, you get the double amount. So he's not bad. And of course, I had to put a Titan in here who actually does support. I know he's here for the memes, but 2 green and 3 7/7. You mill 5 cards and then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Extremely useful, obviously, on turn. On his second phase there. So if you can get him out turn 4 and then turn 3 and then turn 5, return every card that you've return all graveyard land cards from the graveyard, boom, that's pretty useful because then you can crack open the ones that can be re-sacrificed and hit landfall again and again and again, and then we have the Titanfall ability. I also want to give a special shout out to a certain creature here. It's not that easy to cast, but I know people are going to ask, hey, how about that one guy who's crazy and huge? And I gotta say, I didn't craft him, I didn't really play him in early access, but if you want to put out, speaking of Titanfall, you want to put out a Famished Worldshire, I think we'll do something with this eventually. I don't really have a shell for it right now because it requires 8 to drop, but this is a way of getting a humongous landfall. We'll have fun with this eventually. This is going to be, you devour 3 lands on each one, and it comes in as a 9/9, and then you look at the X... you look up X top cards of your library and put that many lands down. Very fun. So that is also another Titanfall. Avacyn-ass mana cost right there. Yeah, look at that. So we didn't do it yet, but I know you're thinking about it. I'm thinking about it too. We'll get there eventually. This is going to be the new Landfall hotness right here. Everybody prepare for Titanfall. Here we go. Let's get into the game. We're going to be running in early access and in Mythic. You'll see both. Let's go. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Prepare for Titanfall. Meld Striders. Rover. He's gonna hold up and then he's gonna flip. Alright. Oh, Fleshcraft. I didn't even knew you were Fleshcrafter. Yeah, that's... I just know you as the CNG stream. Also known as the CNC Music Factory. I live in a perpetual state of being relatively calm, so I don't see that changing very soon. Ooh, he's in bad shape. This is why this fucking card is busted. This is why fucking Ice-Still Explorer is busted. Everybody dance now. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, go. So did I. I made mine before I had the idea of doing content creation. As a matter of fact, I started my channel, I don't know if I've told the story in a while. I started my channel when the pandemic hit, and I was basically just sitting inside all day playing Magic. And I was like, I play a different Magic deck every day. I could probably just, you know, probably just like, let's do my form. Whenever land you control enters, boom, boom, double stream. Yeah, there we go. Prepare for Titanfall. But yeah, I had this account before I started streaming.
Approaching battlefield. Stand by for Titanfall.
God, I love that game. I'll have to add that in as a drop.
Stand by for Titanfall.
Oof, that's a terrible hand right there. That's a little better. He looks like an old witch now. I heard previously that he looked like a, what did he look like? He looked like John Travolta and fucking, well, I mean, he has a metal body. I don't think we can blame him too much, right? I love Elden Ring. Night Rain or regular Elden Ring? Alright, here's where things are going to get silly.
Stand by for Titanfall.
That's why Ice Still Explorer is fucking the most busted card in the game. That's why.
Stand by for Titanfall.
Oops, I did it again. That is why it is one of the most fucking busted in the fucking game. I can play 4 Landfalls. I can Landfall 4 times with Ice Still Explorer. Got fucking event players in here, man. Let's put down Saz's Chocobo. Season of the Lost. Boom. Let's go. Unless you have no mythic rares and you're hunting for fucking 1 mythic card, I've never found mythic packs to be really worth it, in my opinion. I don't think that getting 3 packs instead of 4 for a guaranteed mythic is worth it. Half the time the good cards are rares and not mythic rares anyways. The only thing it's guaranteeing you is a mythic rare. I mean, yeah, you could definitely do that, but sometimes we do, not always though. Let's do this. Boom. Okay, so we put down Fabled Passage, Ice Till Explorer. There's X-Death. He's gonna hold steady. We're gonna put down that. There we go. Yeah, you aren't guaranteed a mythic because it can give you regular rares from a different set. Okay. Opponent is waiting for their first mulligan choice. Okay. Boom. My space helmet needs to come down a bit. I think isn't it right on me? Boom. Deep cavern fucking value. Or a Boroid. Who's gonna take here? Down to 1. Boom. Boom. Got him. All right, good stuff. Looks like we're locked into something here. It's left out of the coast. That's funny. It was a staff member playing. Motivo. Timeline color. Beautiful. New card. So happy. Boom. Probably will get hit with removal, but it is what it is. He might play him again, though. Umbral Court Choir. Good stuff. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. He's gonna try to go for the infinite loop. He may get it. I haven't been able to get it, but he may get it. I don't think he'll swap with me. Edge rover. Let's do that then. Push in. Sacrifice. Okay, he's coming in. He's gonna play 2 and make a robot. That's fine. We'll get the Umbra Color Zealot out of there and make a lander. Get a lander. Everyone gets a lander. Boom. Okay. Or a Boroid. Let's do this. Let's do this. Do no attacks. Bop, 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 bop. Timeline color. Let's get rid of you. Okay. Bolt wave. Oh, we had the bolt wave. Okay, okay. Good stuff, good stuff. I like it. I didn't have in a lot of early plays. I think we have to cut down on the 3s here. No. Early access is just for the pleasure of early access. That's it. Ugh, this is a little lumpy. I'm gonna mulligan that. That's a little smoother. Mossborn into Herd Heirloom. I feel like we can get rid of this. Let's get rid of... I don't want to get rid of that. Well, hopefully we'll draw something more. Hopefully we'll do a little better. I like his biotech specialist stuff. This is a really good one. No attacks. Let's try to put pressure on him right now. So Edge Rover could do that. Okay, so let's do Ice Till. Let's just play stuff from the graveyard. Mill. Let's just play another card from the graveyard. Let's just play another card from the graveyard. Yeah, Ice Till is the fucking truth, dude. Ice Till's the fucking truth, the light, and the way, bro. Oof. Ice Till is the light and the way. Same as Murder is toxic. I feel like I no longer give a fuck. Michael Demraki, we have rotation and a new set coming up. I would hang loose and try out the new set, man. Power creep is always going to be an issue, but rotation is going to change things a little bit. Take a break. If you're not feeling it right now, take a break. Come back in a week when the new set hits, and maybe you'll feel better. Maybe you'll be a little happier. Who knows? You know. Who knows what'll happen? He's going to play removal on that. No, he isn't? Okay. Do this. Lock hard. Boom. Okay, so I think we do Forest into Bioengineered Future. Boom. If he doesn't play removal. Johnny's. He could do Shelter, which is not great, but we might be able to outgun him here. He got a fucking green video up that quickly? That's impressive. That guided by light. Gain 1 life. Boom. Alright. Warp away. Ice Till is the monster that he is. Ice Till being the fucking absolute fucking goated menace that he is. Damn, that's fucking fast. My man's working. That's fucking fast, bro. Look how fucking goated Ice Till is, man. Look how fucking goated Ice Till is, bros. Absolutely fucking monster tier. Fucking monster tier, man. Ice Till is the fucking light and the way, bro. This is absolute godfall right here, man. Absolute fucking godfall. I've learned that my early access videos don't do good until closer to the release. So there's probably not gonna be anything up like Thursday or Friday, and I'll do them this weekend, and then save one for release day. Damn. Monster fall right there, guys. Monster fall. Yeah, you can get, I'm telling you, man, it lets you play a card, it lets you play a land from the graveyard and 2 lands. So if you play Fabled, sack Fabled, play Fabled from the graveyard, and sack Fabled, what are we talking about, man? We play Fable, sack Fable, play Fable from the graveyard, and sack Fable. We get fucking 4 landfalls off of that card, man. It's absurd. He's fucking goated, man. He's 100%. He's so fucking goated that it's ridiculous. The man could not be more goated. This dude is the truth, bro. If it's 4 down, you're in bad shape. You're in bad fucking shape. All right, we're gonna get Ice Till down too. Actually, you know, we're gonna do Ouroboros. Yeah, it's wild, dude. He might sweep us here. Quantum Rider. Ooh. Quantum Riddler. I'm the Joker, baby. Okay, so let's put down Ice Till. Ice Till's too goated. He might sweep us, but we also might get it in. Quantum Riddler. He's the Riddler. He's gonna Splash Portal, exile, keep the Quantum Riddler in. He gets to draw a Crad. It's good stuff. We love Crads here. I need a land, though. I need to draw a land. That's the big question. If I draw a land, it's fucking Jover, especially if I draw certain lands. My Terramorphics are one of those. He's gonna go in for 4. Solid. What's he gonna do now? He's gonna do something to me. Not let me off the hook. Okay, he's flashing it. Alright. Alright. That's a Chocobo. Or a Boroid. We need a land, otherwise we're gonna die. We need to land something fierce here. 42% chance. And we really need one of our big ones. Or we need a lander. A lander would work as well. Nico Robin. He's gonna go in for 4. Boom, boom. Okay. Nope. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. Didn't get it, folks. Didn't get it. He stole my Fable. Oh, that was his Fable. Yeah, he drew 2 Fables and I droughted. I droughted out there. It's a lot of damage, but we'll see what we can do. It's not enough, probably. One land would have probably done it, or the fight card, or really anything except for another big creature. Really anything aside from another fucking big boy. Oof, what a drought. What a drought. We went down to 13 and only 4 on there. Not a great ad. Not a great fucking draw there. Down to 2. No. Exile. Boom. Return a permanent to its owner's hand. It's an Ouroboros. Good game. That was just bad luck. We probably would have had him if we would have drawn either a land. We would have had him if we drew a land or a fight card. Any one of those. Four likes, guys. Yao Mei, let's have 4 lands, see where this goes. Let's add 4 more lands, live in the cheese state. Rapsolo. Rapsolo's a good dude. He's always in these early access. He'll always run some new shit. Seth Maxwell, how you doing? Can we get those 4 likes for more memberships for you people out there? For you party people. Seam rip, very nice. Seam rip also sucks. Oh, he's gonna do that? Alright. Resolve. Let's do Edge Rover. Let's go in. Boom. Seam rip. Boom. So that's 3 seam rips. Great. Mindform Harmonizer. Put down a Chocobo. Okay. Ouroboros. Okay, got him. The more seam rips you encounter, the older you get. Van, a very young man living in the streets of Rambanastre, hatches a plot to steal treasure from his sworn enemies, the Arcadian Empire. He gets more than he bargained for when he meets Pris Ashe, the sole surviving heir of the Dalmascan throne, and together they embark on a quest to free their homeland. Final Fantasy XII. You know, Van was a late addition to the game because they thought they didn't have a young, dashing protagonist to go for. Racially androgynistic puffed. I don't know what that means. Substantiate and lick the like button. Oh, man. This is not a good hand. We're going to go a little faster than this, especially against Pleasant Kenobi. Get rid of Might for him. Van was a good character, but I always just kind of preferred his brother Truck. All things being equal, you know? Instant cup noodles. Nice. Legion extruder. Nice. Sacrifice and make a golem. He'll sacrifice and make a golem, right? Double Legion. That's a land. That kind of sucks. I need kind of actual cards now. Instant ramen. Oh yeah, you can expect that from me. You can expect a terrible fucking pun. I mean, his name is Van. What do you want me to do? Here, have some subs. You guys got to 100. Congratulations. He's looking for some sort of conclusion here. Hydron Archive. Umbro Collier. Okay, so he can start to... I think he's cooked, though. He can start banging munitions out. Boom, create a lander token. Sacrifice. Go. Boom. He'll have to lose both of them if he wants to survive. Down to 1. Draw. I'll hold on to it. Candyman can. Candyman can, 'cause he does it with a smile and never judges you. Who could take a sunrise, sprinkle it with dew? I don't know what the problem is here. Okay, land. He's down to 1. The token ones don't activate munitions. Sacrifice, draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. I think he's cooked. I think he's cooked. I think that's what we call El Cuco. All right. Well, guys, I think it was like 6-3, man. I really good stuff here with fucking Landfall. I will say we are roasting people with the new Landfall cards. I said from the beginning it probably was only going to get better, and I think I'm right about that. I think Landfall is hot. Invest in Landfall stocks right now, because with these new cards, you can take arguably one of the best aggro decks, and you can shove so much power into this card. You can absolutely bring down the just hammers on people, and a lot of good stuff. Ice Till is busted and broken, man. The fact that you can trigger 4 landfalls a turn is insane. So yeah, I like it. I think green hasn't been in this good of a position in a long time, and it's great to see. But we're gonna leave that one right there for now. Hope you liked it.